Wait. You said
Yes.
You said you wanted to find one thing when you came to Virginia.
I did.
And you'd be happy.
I did.
And what did you say you wanted to find?
Spanish silver.
Well, what do you think that is?
Old as dirt.
Well, I am back on the eastern shore of Virginia, back at another event put on by Gone Diggin. We are on several fields today. I'm going to start on this one behind me. It is enormous, and we're told that there was a 1700s house way back near that tree line, and then a road coming through the middle of this field. I love this old dirt, and I can't wait to get on this field and see what I can find. If you remember last time I was here in the spring, I found some objects that were just completely unfamiliar to me because they were older than what I'm used to finding in Minnesota. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case again today, that I will be stumped because I can't, I've never seen these things before. And I'm really hoping that I'll be able to go home with some Spanish silver. So I think it's going to be a great few days. Stay with me. Well, here's a 79 screaming out like it's close to the surface here. Okay, we have our first sign of life here. This looks to be the front of a button. I think this was two-piece. It's got a little rim on it. Let me see if I can see a shank. Nope, I do not see a shank, so I think there was a back to this. But okay, it's something. That's a 71. Now 71s could be a fatty Indian. Sounds pretty nice. Okay, it's round. I think it's another button. And you know what I didn't do is fill my water bottle. That's going to be a problem if I start finding silver. I think this is a button. Oh, no, it's a washer. Darn. The way it was blaring at me, I thought it was going to be aluminum, but I think we might have us a coin. Let's see. Oh, nope, not a coin, but here's a flat button from the colonial era. Okay, we are on the right spot. Well, here is another sign of life, and I like this one. It is a corset stay, or a corset fastener. Now, in a field like this, this suggests that obviously a woman with a corset. Now, I'm not sure whether slaves were wearing corsets, or whether this was reserved for like a lady of the house. But if the latter is true, then I must be getting close to where the house was. That is another screaming 88. Do we have another button, or maybe a King George? It is brass. Oh, this might have been a handle. Maybe a dresser handle. It's got a little curve in it. It's not whole. Okay. Whatever that was. This is interesting. Right in the middle of this field is a patch that has not been farmed, and it's an old graveyard. Someone just said the tombstones go back to 1830, so it's not as old as the house that was here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You don't see that very often. Well, here's another button. This one got flattened by the plow. Double flattened. Well, I've been watching for shards and stuff to indicate that I'm on the house site, and sure enough, there's a piece. Well, here's another sure sign of house. Nice big piece of brick. Colonial brick. So we're just starting to get around about what people are finding. Somebody found a Virginia militia button. That would be pre-Civil War. They're pretty excited about that. That's pretty cool. And then someone told me that a 1903 Indian popped out as well as a bobber dime. So apparently this house was standing well into the 1900s. So who knows what's going to be here. Well, this just turned up. It is stamped brass. So I think the earliest this could be is probably mid to late 1800s. Possibly a piece of sash buckle or something like that. It's pretty thin. So probably used for apparel. Pretty bright 83, 84. Let's see what we have here. I saw something green. Is this it? That's a bean. Oh, that looks like a brass nail. Seriously? What? I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. It's a brass square nail. That's unusual. I'll have to ask these guys about this.
Unusual for Minnesota, but not for the eastern shore of Virginia. This is a copper ship's nail, hand-forged, and probably first used on one of the fishing or oyster boats that worked the coastline in the 1800s. After their useful life came to an end, these boats were broken down for salvage, with pieces and parts dragged further inland to be reused by farmers.
That's a fairly stable 60. I've been digging an awful lot of aluminum, so I'm skeptical about most of these midtones. But that one sounded not so bad. I am ready for a nice find. Still in the hole. No, I think I feel aluminum, yep. All right, skepticism was warranted there. Something is happening over here. I heard someone shout very excitedly. Now everyone's poring over something in someone's hand. Someone found something. Oh, look at him. Look at him. This is the guy, I don't know his name, but this is the guy last spring who identified my Virginia sword belt plate. And it looks like he found something equally special. Let's see what we got.
Congratulations. He said, I found a little Navy button. Navy button. Does that have CSN on the bottom? He said, I'll clean it up.
What you got?
Wow. Clean it up later.
Confederate Navy.
Shut up. Let's see.
Oh, wow. Does
that beat a one-piece Virginia?
They're tied neck and neck, but that's pretty damn cool.
Confederate Navy.
Confederate Navy.
Oh, may I?
Hey, thanks for showing
Absolutely,
up. I'm so
brother.
glad to see you.
All right. So tell me about this button.
I just found a little Navy button.
I know, but tell me about it.
CSN, Confederate Navy, cuff button, identified by Mr. Matt Howell.
That is fantastic.
I'm
How
shaking.
far away are we from the coastline right now?
A couple miles.
Couple miles. Yeah.
Mile two, not far.
So we had some officers venture inland for something.
Let me see this thing. I gotta take a picture. Matt's gonna lose his mind. This is an extremely rare button.
Is it really?
I don't even know what to say.
Well, congratulations. What is your name?
My name's Bill.
Bill, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I believe this is a coin. It was coming in the 80s. And looks to be an Indian. All right. Let me get a date off of that for you. This is an 1891. That is an 81-82. I am kind of on the outskirts of where the house was now. Looks roundish, maybe. Oh, we have a Indian. All right. always like finding coins. This one. $18.99. There's an 84. This sounds like this might be interesting. What do we have?
No, I'm not.
Must be it right there. Okay, it's in my hand now. It's round. What do we have? Is this a coin? No, it feels more like a button. I think I feel a shank. Let's clean this off. Yep, this is a pewter flat button. So that goes back. Hold on. This has got something on it. Is that a shank or is this something better? I'm going to clean this off some more. Okay, I do not know what this is, but what I thought was a shank was actually a punch. I wonder if this is silver coin. And the way it's bent reminds me of a love token, but I don't know. I'm going to have to ask somebody about this. Someone who's seen a lot of these silver coins over here. Maybe this is a silver coin.
Wait. You said
Yes.
you said you wanted to find one thing when you came to Virginia
I did.
and you'd be happy.
I did.
And what did you say you wanted to find?
Spanish silver.
Well, what do you think that is?
I know it's silver, but I don't see a design on it. It kind of looks like a love token, like it's been smoothed out.
It is not. That is a repurposed Spanish silver.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
What
It's
denomination?
I think it's a 1 real. How cool is that?
And I've been here, 2 hours? You're the man.
I love
You're
it.
the man. That's fantastic.
Based on its size and weight, this is a half real, and the way it's been holed and worn smooth tells us a bit about its story. It was probably minted in Mexico City in the early 1700s and would have looked something like this when it was new. Early in its life, while the coin still had its original thickness, someone made this round hole, probably so they could sew the coin onto their clothing. You can tell it was done early because of how much metal was pushed through to the other side. Spanish silver was legal currency in the U.S. until the Coin Act of 1857, so this little half real could have circulated for decades before it finally wore smooth. Eventually, someone drove a square nail through it, probably so they could attach it to a beam or board as a good luck charm or just a mark of ownership. And by that time, it was either no longer legal currency, or there was simply not enough design left on it so it could pass as a coin.
As a Midwesterner, I had to wonder why people were finding so much Spanish silver here on the eastern shore of Virginia and really all along the eastern seaboard and the original 13 colonies. And the reason for that is that Britain did not send a lot of coins to the colonies. They would send some coppers like George III, pennies and half pennies, but silver was considered real wealth, and they felt like that ought to stay back home in England. Meanwhile, Spain was mining and minting massive amounts of silver and shipping it up through the Caribbean. These coins became the universal currency of trade here on the eastern seaboard, all the way from Havana to Boston. So you would find silver coins being traded by tobacco planters, cotton growers, taverners, hotels. Anywhere that money changed hands, they would take Spanish silver as currency. A 1 real coin wasn't worth a whole lot, maybe $1 to $5 in today's money, but it was enough to spend on everyday things like a mug of rum, a meal, a night on a straw mattress. So it was the kind of coin that would change from hand to hand to hand, and you can tell by how worn the one I found was that it went through many hands before it was completely wiped and someone finally nailed it up on something. You know, I have to think that some of the mystique and attraction of Spanish silver has to do with its association with piracy. You know, everyone thinks of pirates as chasing the big silver cobs, but the truth is that when Spain minted silver in the New World, they minted all denominations, including down to the half reals like mine. And then they shipped it home through the trading routes in the Caribbean. Pirates targeted these ships because they knew they were full of high purity silver coins. Coins that could be spent all up and down the coast. So while pirates probably never handled this coin, they did help turn it into the everyday money that was spent in this area. Well, with the sun going down behind me, that signals the end of day 1 of my return to the eastern shore of Virginia. I think I did pretty well for day 1. I'm hoping day 2 and a half day the following day, I'll do even better. So I plan to do more shows as I find more stuff. So stick with us and we'll be back next time. Bye.
Old